we learned that in this world, there are portals, also known as gates, that contain dungeons. Inside these dungeons, magical monsters exist, and the people who hunt them are called hunters. Jinwoo was an E-rank hunter, and he was so weak that he was mocked as the weakest hunter in the world. He was doing this job to earn money so he could pay his mother's hospital bills and his sister's school fees. One day, in a double dungeon, after nearly dying, he acquires a system. This system, similar to a video game, gives Jinwoo missions. By completing them, he can level up his powers. In this way, Jinwoo becomes incredibly strong. He also gains an army of shadow soldiers, whom he can summon whenever he wants. After completing the mission, Jinwoo was exhausted. But then, he received a call from his sister, Gina, who reminded him that he had to attend her school's parent-teacher meeting today. Jinwoo arrived at the school early, surprising Gina, as he looked completely different. He was wearing new clothes and had a stylish haircut. The schoolgirls were instantly captivated by him, and Gina even teased him about it. During the meeting, Gina's teacher praised her for being a very smart student. After that, the teacher asked if Jinwoo would allow Gina to become a hunter if she had an awakening. Jinwoo firmly refused, saying that the hunter's job was too dangerous. Hearing this, the teacher was pleased and told him about Gina's friend Song Yi, who was determined to become a hunter. Later, Jinwoo met Song Yi, who was surprised to learn that he was Gina's brother. Jinwoo approached her to talk, but she insisted that she would never give up on becoming a hunter. Hearing this, Jinwoo asked her to come with him. Meanwhile, in another scene, we see Hwang Dong-soo, who has arrived in Korea from America. Dong-soo is an S-rank hunter. The manager of the Hunter Association, Kim Chul, goes to receive him. Kim Chul already knew why Dong-soo had come. He was here to avenge his brother's death. His plan was to find Jinwoo and Jinho and kill them. Dong-soo directly threatens Kim Chul, saying that if anyone has the courage to stop him, they can try. At the headquarters of the Hunter Guild, we see Choi and Gan-hee. Choi had just completed his third raid on Jeju Island. During the raid, he discovered that the ant monsters had started growing wings. If they learned to fly, it would be a huge threat, as they could leave the island and attack anywhere. After this, we see a C-rank gate where Jinwoo brings Song Yi. He had taken permission from Mr. An to enter the gate. Jinwoo believed that once Song Yi saw the dangerous monsters inside, she would reconsider becoming a hunter. However, Song Yi misunderstood and thought that Jinwoo had brought her there to train her. This gate was actually used for training new hunters. Among them was an A-rank hunter named Kim, who was a tank and the leader of the team. When he saw Jinwoo and Song Yi, he got angry, assuming they would be a burden on the mission. There were a total of 10 hunters in this team, 1 A-rank, 5 B-rank, 2 C-rank, and then Jinwoo and Song Yi, who were both E-rank. Jinwoo initially planned to take Song Yi into the dungeon to scare her, showing her how dangerous a hunter's life could be. However, after seeing such a strong team, he thought they wouldn't have any trouble handling the dungeon. Hyun then approached Jinwoo and told him not to fight inside so the new recruits could learn something. Hyun already knew how strong Jinwoo was. After that, the team entered the gate. As soon as they stepped inside, Jinwoo felt something strange. Suddenly, the gate transformed. It became a red gate. Realizing the danger, Jinwoo immediately grabbed Song Yi and tried to escape, but the gate was sealing itself. Jinwoo shouted to An, instructing him to inform the primary strike team. Moments later, the red gate was completely sealed. An quickly called the guildmaster, Baek-yoon-ho, and informed him that a C-rank gate had unexpectedly transformed into a red gate. Baek-yoon-ho immediately left for the scene. Meanwhile, Jinwoo and the rest of the team found themselves in a snowy landscape. Song Yi asked what the difference was between a red gate and a normal gate. Jinwoo explained that red gates were far more dangerous. Once someone entered, they couldn't leave, and no one from the outside could enter. The only way to escape was to defeat the boss. Additionally, the monsters inside would be much stronger than usual. Suddenly, 2 arrows flew toward them. One arrow struck and killed a hunter instantly, while the second arrow was aimed at Song Yi. However, Jinwoo reacted swiftly, catching the arrow with his bare hands and saving her. This moment caught Heejin's attention. She was shocked by Jinwoo's incredible speed. Jinwoo then spotted 2 Ice Elves in the trees, the ones who had fired the arrows. They had deliberately targeted the weakest members of the team, which meant they were intelligent creatures. Enraged, Jinwoo snapped the arrow in his hand. The Ice Elves laughed mockingly before disappearing into the jungle. Song Yi, still shaken, asked Jinwoo what those creatures were. Jinwoo explained that they were known as Ice Elves or Ice Slayers, and they were extremely dangerous. Kim, the A-rank hunter, then spoke up. He reminded the team that no outside help would be coming and that the monsters here would be at least B rank or higher. He warned everyone that if they wanted to survive, they needed to follow his orders, as he was the highest-ranking hunter in the group. Kim then decided to split the team into 2 groups. His group would search for a way to open the gate and would also go after the dungeon boss. He took all the strong hunters with him, leaving the weaker ones behind. Kim only cared about the high-ranking hunters. He knew that 1 hour outside the gate was equal to a full day inside. That meant they might have to stay here for several days. Keeping weak hunters with him would only slow them down, so he left them to fend for themselves. At that moment, B-rank hunter Heejin spoke up, saying that she wanted to stay with the weaker team. Kim agreed, but secretly thought she was a fool for doing so. Heejin then approached Jinwoo and pointed out that no one else had seen the arrows coming, except for him. She told him, "You're not an E-rank, are you?" Jinwoo remained silent, not confirming or denying anything. This made Heejin suspect that he might actually be A-rank or even higher. Kim then led his team away, while Jinwoo guided his own team in the opposite direction. As Kim's group moved through the forest, they noticed deep claw marks on the trees, marks left by a bear. Kim smirked, thinking that Jinwoo's team would surely die soon. He's just an E-rank, yet he looked like their leader, he thought. Just then, 3 giant bears emerged from the forest and attacked. Kim swiftly killed one and continued fighting the others. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's team also came across similar bear claw marks. Heejin immediately warned, "This area belongs to the bears. We should go back." But Jinwoo disagreed. "If this is bear territory, then the Ice Elves won't be here. The bears are dangerous, but the elves are intelligent, and that makes them even more of a threat. It's better to face the bears." Jinwoo was more concerned about the cold than the monsters. Reaching into his inventory, he pulled out 4 coats and handed them to his team so they wouldn't freeze. Everyone was shocked and asked Jinwoo how he had performed such magic. Song Yi, confused, looked at him and asked, "Who are you?" Jinwoo turned to her and said, "I'm the one who brought you here, so it's my responsibility to keep you safe. In return, all of you must keep your mouths shut. No one will question me." Just then, an ice bear appeared, and Jinwoo prepared to fight. Meanwhile, outside the gate, Baek Yun-ho arrived. An informed him that Jinwoo, an E-rank hunter, was also inside. However, there was a strong possibility that he had undergone reawakening because he had become far stronger than before. Baek was stunned by this revelation. At that moment, Dong-soo also arrived. He had come to kill Jinwoo, but now Jinwoo was trapped inside the Red Gate, a place even Dong-soo couldn't break into. Kim Chul smirked to himself, thinking, "You're lucky, Jinwoo. You just escaped Dong-soo." Back inside the dungeon, Jinwoo single-handedly slaughtered several ice bears. His team, still in shock, soon started cooking and eating them. Now there is no threat, because Jinwoo had already killed almost all of them in the area. Perhaps a few were still hiding inside the caves. After eating, Jinwoo told his team that he needed to exercise. However, instead of simple training, he walked straight to the bear's cave. As expected, more bears emerged, ready to fight. But this time, Jinwoo summoned his shadow army, which charged forward and slaughtered most of them. Finally, the leader of the bears appeared. Unlike the others, Jinwoo's shadow soldiers were unable to defeat it. Realizing this, Jinwoo commanded his strongest warrior, Igris, to step in. Igris charged at the massive bear and swiftly took it down. Watching Igris fight, Jinwoo acknowledged something important. Igris was stronger than him. If he had been fighting with a sword last time, he would have definitely killed Jinwoo. Meanwhile, on the other side of the dungeon, things had taken a dark turn. Kim's entire team had been wiped out by the Ice Elves. Only Kim survived, barely escaping after witnessing the terrifying elves. Finally, the leader of the Ice Elves appeared, his presence radiating power and danger. We have seen that Jinwoo kills all the bears in the dungeon. After that, he says, "Arise," because of which his shadows emerge from the corpses of these bears. From now on, these bears are also included in Jinwoo's shadow army. It has been 3 hours since the Red Gate opened, which means it must have been 3 days for the people inside. Dong-soo says that Jinwoo must have died by now and that he came this far for no reason. Then, he asks how Jinwoo, who is not a member of the White Tiger Guild, was able to enter with the team. Manager An replies that Jinwoo is under his identity. He wanted to see a C-rank raid, so An allowed him to go inside. Hearing this, Dong-soo grabs An's neck and lifts him up. He had understood that An was lying. An always finds good hunters, so what is so special about this E-rank hunter, Jinwoo? Baek now holds Dong-soo's hand and tells him to let An go. Now, a debate starts between the two, and since both are S-rank hunters, a fight between them would lead to massive destruction. In anger, they punch each other, causing a huge explosion. But just then, Kim Chul steps in between them and grabs their hands. Seeing Kim Chul, both of them hold back their strength. Otherwise, their punches would have completely destroyed Kim Chul's hands. Kim Chul tells Dong-soo that he went to check on Jinwoo 2 months ago, and he was an E-rank back then, and would still be an E-rank now. So, how could he have killed Dong-soo's brother? Hearing this, Dong-soo says that this means the real killer must be that Jinwoo from Ujin Construction. Kim Chul asks, "Then why did you come to kill Jinwoo?" Dong-soo smirks and says that he just needed an excuse to kill someone. Just then, Dong-soo receives a message. After reading it, he immediately leaves to go back to America. Manager An thinks to himself that none of them truly know how powerful Jinwoo has become. He is certain that Jinwoo will definitely return alive from this gate. Meanwhile, we see Kim, who is desperately running away from the Ice Elves. He is shivering from the intense cold when he suddenly spots the corpses of the bears in front of him. Seeing them, he thinks, "There's no way that weak team could have done this. The Ice Elves must have killed them." With this thought, he starts running away again. On the way, Kim sees Jinwoo's team. To his surprise, they are enjoying a fun picnic. He wonders, how did they survive this long? And where did they get warm clothes, blankets, and tents from? Kim's anger flares up. He shouts at them, "Where did you get all this from? If my team had this stuff, they would have survived too. Tell me, who was hiding all of this?" At that moment, Kim realizes why Heejin left his team and joined this seemingly weak group. Consumed by rage, he unsheathes his sword and charges at them, intending to kill them, even though deep down, he knows that Jinwoo is behind all of this. Before Kim can do anything, Jinwoo suddenly appears and slaps him on the head, knocking him to the ground. Jinwoo then says, "Come forward!" Your aura is so strong that even after suppressing it, he can still sense something unusual. Just then, the leader of the Ice Elves, Baruka, arrives with his army. He starts speaking to Jinwoo, and surprisingly, Jinwoo responds to him. However, the strange thing is that these elves are speaking an entirely different language, yet Jinwoo is the only one who understands them. Jinwoo thinks to himself, "Maybe it's because of the system that I can understand their language." Baruka now says, "Meet my friend, the one who shot at you." He continues, "There is a very strong man among humans, and he wants to fight you, Jinwoo." Before Baruka can even finish speaking, Jinwoo slices off the elf's neck. Baruka immediately realizes that there is something special about Jinwoo. Jinwoo then attacks Baruka, but he manages to dodge the attack. Now, Baruka reveals something shocking. He says that all magical beasts hear a voice inside their heads telling them to kill humans. However, when they encountered Jinwoo, the voice said nothing. So, Baruka assumed that Jinwoo is not human. Jinwoo then thinks to himself, "My system also gives me orders like that. Maybe I'm just a player of the system. That's why these creatures don't see me as a human." Baruka now suggests a compromise. He tells Jinwoo, "Hand over the humans hiding behind you, and we will let you go." Jinwoo, unfazed, asks, "Who are you people? And why do you want to kill humans?" At this, Baruka finally reveals the truth. But suddenly, a glitch occurs. Baruka repeats his line once again, "Give us the humans." Jinwoo immediately notices this glitch and thinks, "What was that?" However, he pushes the thought aside for now. Jinwoo firmly refuses Baruka's offer. Hearing this, Baruka smirks and says, "There are more people in my army." Upon hearing this, Jinwoo summons his own shadow army, which includes the Ice Bears. The rest of the people are left in shock, witnessing the sheer size and power of Jinwoo's army. Soon, Jinwoo's army and Baruka's army clash, and an intense battle begins. Meanwhile, Heejin quickly leads the rest of the people into the jungle since they are of no use in this fight. As they retreat, 3 elves try to shoot them down. But before the arrows can reach them, Jinwoo catches one midair and instantly kills all 3 elves. Jinwoo analyzes the battlefield and thinks, "My army will hold its ground for some time, but Baruka is too strong, stronger than even me. It won't be easy to defeat Baruka with just Igris. I need another powerful soldier." Now, Jinwoo and Baruka engage in a fierce battle. However, despite his strength, Jinwoo is unable to land a significant blow on Baruka. Sensing the struggle, the 3 magicians from Jinwoo's shadow army launch a massive explosion at Baruka. But when the smoke clears, Baruka stands there, completely unharmed. Meanwhile, Kim regains consciousness and sees Jinwoo standing in front of him. Blinded by rage, he charges at Jinwoo, ready to kill him. But before he can do anything, Jinwoo summons Igris. In an instant, Igris slashes through Kim, killing him on the spot. Jinwoo then calmly says, "Arise!" A dark aura rises from Kim's body and his shadow emerges. It looks far more terrifying than before. Now, Kim has become a soldier in Jinwoo's shadow army. Jinwoo looks at him and declares, "From now on, your name will be Iron." At that moment, Baruka attacks Iron. But despite taking heavy blows, Iron keeps moving forward, showcasing incredible strength. Nearby, Songyi asks Heejin, "Do all dungeon battles happen like this?" Heejin, still in shock, replies, "Not at all. This is the first time I've ever seen a fight like this." Meanwhile, Jinwoo, Iron, and Igris team up to fight against Baruka. However, Baruka proves to be an extremely tough opponent, holding his ground against all 3 of them. At one point, Jinwoo stabs Baruka with a knife. But to his surprise, Baruka barely takes any damage. With a smirk, Baruka taunts, "Stop underestimating me!" Jinwoo smirks back and says, "You really are strong, but tell me, where did your army go?" Baruka looks around and realizes that Jinwoo's shadow army has wiped out his entire army. Enraged, Baruka charges toward Jinwoo. But before he can reach him, Jinwoo swiftly throws his dagger at him. Then, using the power of telekinesis, he tries to strike Baruka from behind. However, Baruka reacts in time, placing his knife in front of him, which absorbs the impact and shatters Jinwoo's attack. Seeing an opening, Iron grabs Baruka from behind, holding him in place. The magicians in Jinwoo's army seize this moment and launch another massive explosion at Baruka. But once again, Baruka remains completely unharmed. With a terrifying roar, Baruka slices Iron into pieces and declares, "I will kill you all!" Just then, Jinwoo silently appears behind him, using his stealth ability. Before Baruka can react, Jinwoo plunges his knife deep into his body. Without wasting a second, Jinwoo summons Iron once again. As soon as Iron revives, he lifts his massive hammer and smashes it directly into Baruka's face. The impact is so powerful that Baruka is finally defeated. Even after Baruka is dead, Iron keeps smashing his hammer into Baruka's lifeless body. Seeing this, Jinwoo sighs and says, "All right, that's enough. Be a little polite." Hearing this, Igris and Iron turn around from Baruka's remains. Iron then looks at the magicians in his army, who nervously cheer for him out of fear. Now that Jinwoo has defeated the dungeon boss, the exit gate finally opens. Seeing this, everyone feels a wave of relief and happiness. Jinwoo thinks to himself, "Before leaving, I should add Baruka to my shadow army." Meanwhile, An says, "It must have been a week inside the gate." He suggests to the president that he should go home and rest, but Baek refuses, saying, "My guild members are still trapped inside. I won't leave." Just then, the red gate suddenly turns blue. The hunters start emerging from it. Seeing this, Baek is stunned. Only the A-rank hunter Kim is dead, but surprisingly, all the low-rank hunters have survived. Among them, Jinwoo steps out. An smiles with relief and says, "I knew nothing would happen to Jinwoo." After a moment, the gate finally closes. Jinwoo then turns to Songyi and says, "Let's go! I'll drop you home." Before he can leave, Baek steps forward and stops him. "I have some questions for you," he says. But Jinwoo replies casually, "I'm not in the mood. I'm tired." Hearing this, Baek's expression darkens. "Why is this boy not obeying my orders?" he thinks to himself, clearly annoyed. Baek places his hand on Jinwoo's shoulder and says, "6 members of my guild are dead. I need to know what happened inside." Jinwoo looks at him calmly and replies, "I saved the lives of your remaining members. You should be thanking me." Hearing this, Baek lets go of Jinwoo and takes a deep breath. After a brief pause, he apologizes to Jinwoo. Without saying much, Jinwoo takes Song-yi and leaves. Watching them go, Heejin turns to Baek and says, "After defeating the dungeon boss, he didn't seem to be in a good mood." An adds, "He's probably just tired. That doesn't mean he's a bad guy." But Baek isn't convinced. He can sense that there's something unusual about Jinwoo. He then looks at An and instructs him, "Try to recruit Jinwoo into our guild." Jinwoo drops Song-yi off at her house. Song-yi thanks Jinwoo for today and says that she is ready to go into any dungeon next time. Jinwoo is in a bad mood because he couldn't add Baruka to his shadow army. Jinwoo is not at that level yet, but at least he got Baruka's weapon, and a new soldier as well. But for this, he had to kill Kim. This was the third time Jinwoo had killed a human. The next morning, Jinwoo comes to pick up Jinwoo. On the way, they also picks up Song-yi. She is dressed well, looking more put together than usual. It was obvious Song-yi had started to like Jinwoo. As she gets in the car, she says, "I couldn't sleep last night. You dropped me home so late." Jinwoo glances at her and thinks to himself, something feels off about her. Then, suddenly, he reminds Jinwoo, "Boss, you do know that Song-yi is underage, right?" Jinwoo sighs and replies, "Yeah, I know." Without saying anything more, he starts driving. And with that, this episode comes to an end. So, friends, how did you like this episode? If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and comment on what you thought about this episode. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thank you!